guys, this is Deb with Four Seasons Crafts. I'm waiting to make sure that we are, I tried to record the other day and it kind of aired out on me. So hello. I'm going to show you guys 3 projects today using a piece of 6x6 paper. So all 3 of them are going to be 6x6. Super fun. Kind of, if you're looking for some last minute stocking stuffers, whatever it might be, this might be a great project. Great set of projects for you guys. Okay, so the first one we're going to do, and I didn't decorate the ones I'm showing you, but I'm going to decorate other ones. But it's this little guy right here. Some of you may have seen it. It's kind of a double pocket card, and it can hold, excuse me, a tea bag or like a Ghirardelli chocolate. I don't have any Ghirardelli chocolate, so I can't show you it with chocolate in it. But we are going to kind of decorate one, and I want to show you how to make it. So very simple. So these 3 projects are pretty straightforward. So I think you're really gonna like them. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I want to make sure I get my my thoughts together here. So the first thing you're going to do is you are going to take this piece of designer paper, 6x6, and you are going to fold it diagonally. So we are going to fold it point to point diagonally. And when you do this, just always check your top. And when you bring it down, just make sure that this corner's coming to a point. And then when you slide it over, the other one should also come to a point. All right. So what you're going to have is a little diagonal piece. So then you're going to put that long edge up on your scoring board, or if you have a paper trimmer with a scoring tool, that's going to work fine too. I do find, and I've mentioned this before with those 3D projects, sometimes this just makes it more even because you're not having to line up all the notches. It's just right on the corner of your scoreboard. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to score at 2 3/4, and then we are going to score at 5 3/4. So 2 3/4, 5 3/4. Then we're going to rotate it and have our long side up against the wall of our paper trimmer, and we are going to score it at a 1/2 inch. So I'm going to go right here, find that 1/2 inch line, and go along the edge. Now I'm also going to turn it over and score again. Now I saw this fun project. It's out there several places. So I think it's called double-sided treat holder. So that's it. So I scored it just at a 1/2 inch again. All right. So that gives us all we need to do with our scoring board. So we're going to set that off because I think we use it. Well, we're going to use it for our next project too. And then we don't need it again for our last one. All right. So now we're going to take our bone folder, and we are just going to kind of burnish those lines. All right. Just to make sure that they're nice and creased. And there we go. And then if you remember, we had the 2 on the side. So we will bring those over. Another nice thing about some of these projects that we're doing is you don't need a lot of adhesive either. Okay, there we go. Now what we're going to have is we need to make that W in the middle. So these are our pockets, right? So we want the W to be on this outside. So we're just going to fold it in half here. And then we're going to fold over these edges. I'm going to take this one and fold it over as well. You know, I did, you guys, I had a hole punch and I literally put it away. That is hilarious. Okay, that's okay. Make sure. Oh, nope, it's here. Okay, shoo. All right. So that's it. Look at that, you guys. We're already we're already here. All we did was we first folded this over, did that, and then at those score lines, we just folded up on both ends. Now to get it to stay together, we're going to make a hole here. Now you guys can make just a, excuse me, a 1/2 inch hole if you have a hole punch. It's totally up to you as far as how big you want to make that whole area. I have some small circle dies, which is what I would recommend. If you have an old Stampin' Up! Punch, I had one that was a 1/2 inch, but I wanted it to be slightly bigger than that. So I actually had to bring in a hole punch that I have from a long time ago. So you're just going to feed that right in there. I'm going to make, this is a 1/2 inch hole punch, I believe, or 3/4. I can't remember. Now that I say that, it might be a 1/2 inch. So I'm just going to find the middle, feed it down in, but make sure I'm not getting my other piece over in the corner. And I am just going to set it down and push down on this punch. Oops. And hopefully not, oops, I'm going to take it off. Not that I don't think that glass mat could take it, but whew, that's a lot of pressure. There we go. So now I have a hole in there. So you just want to get it centered over the point. Now we are going to decorate it a little bit. So I cut out a 1.5 inch round circle, and this is, I believe, a 1 inch just plain white circle. And I'm just going to find a very small element here that I can put on that spot. And the only ink color that it appears I have with me is black. So we will use that. So why don't we make it, we'll just make it a snowflake, all right? Because I think that will fit nicely. And let me see, I think I have one that is small enough that we can put there. And actually, you know what? I think there's some ink right behind me. So I am going to take and grab that. So we're not using black. Let me find, I think we have a nice, you know what? We have Night of Navy, and we'll use that because that's just a nice color. Okay, for a snowflake. Maybe a little dark, but that's okay. All right, so we're just gonna tap that in, and I'm gonna pull this in just a little bit so I can, and I did not line that up very well. So let me try that one more time. All right, I'm going to pull it in a little closer, you guys, so I can just get it. There we go. There we go. A little better. All right. So here we are. We're going to go ahead and adhere this to our piece of red. You know, this is an adorable gift. I know it's just 2 small pieces of chocolate, but it's, you know, it's going to stand up a little bit too when you put those chocolates in there, and you could set that on someone's desk. You know, I mean, how adorable is that? It does not fit a gift card this way. You know what I mean? Now, conceivably, you could pop this down and make it like that size. And I bet you could stuff one in there. It might stick up here, but you could also make your hole a lot smaller. So just a thought, if you maybe had a change of plans, you would not maybe need those other 2 score lines either. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put this up on a dimensional and put it right there. And then we'll add a bow, and we will be all done with this little guy. So we'll put that right there. We'll put our, and look at that. Now we just need our ribbon. So let's grab, we'll use, I have very little of this ribbon left. So I think we're going to use a piece of this sparkly ribbon. This is in the annual catalog, but all we're going to do, and the nice thing is too, you guys can get these all ready to go and then put your chocolates in them. Because actually, I think I'm using some of this, as everyone is downstairs, so I can say this. I'm going to use these for some stocking stuffers. I think they're just adorable. All right, now again, my ribbon, my bows always are upside down. So I'm going to turn it upside down and hopefully, hopefully this will work. And we'll just tie a nice little bow across the top. And voila. There you have it. Look at that. Isn't that so adorable? Now you could put another circle on the back too. I probably would do that. Maybe have a greeting on one side and then put another circle on the other. So there you go. These are the, so this is the little treat holder for like some Ghirardelli chocolates. All right, now we're going to do our next one. This one, by the way, the girl's name, I think it was, the one where I got this one that I just showed you was Kitchen Table Stamper. That was the place where I found that video. Okay, here we go. So the next one, let's get our second piece of cardstock, and we will use this piece here. And we're again going to start out with our 6x6 piece of paper, and we're going to grab our scoreboard. And we are going to start by scoring a couple lines. So we are going to score at 2 inches and 4 inches. Then I'm going to rotate and I'm going to score at 2 inches, 2.5 inches, 4.5 inches. Oops, almost got that wrong. 4.5 inches, and then 5 inches. Okay, and that's it for that. Now I'm going to turn it over on the lighter side and kind of show you guys. We'll kind of burnish it a little bit, and then I will show you. So let's go ahead and crease those score lines just a little bit more. I have so enjoyed making all of these projects, and if you guys have missed any that I've made in the past, some of them I have had to pre-record, so they haven't been in this group that I'm in, which is the, Creative Cottage. So what I've had to do is record them, and then they go out on YouTube. I try to put links in this group, but, sometimes I can. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. All right, so what we're going to do first is we're going to cut these 4 blocks. That's the only thing we need to cut. It's the only thing that we need to do as far as on this paper. So it's just these 2 on the outside. Okay, just these 2 up top. So there you go. So we're going to go ahead and just cut this right out here. And same on the other side. And cut it out right here. There we go. So this is what we end up with. All right. Now, we have done this next little method a couple times. So I think I'm finally getting it down to make it a little bit easier, but we're going to do the same thing in these 4 corners. All right, so this one, this one, this one, and this one. And we're going to start, and we're going to have it so the top part's here. And what you're going to do is you're going to take this corner and just bring it up like this so that we make a straight, we basically marry up these 2 edges, okay, to a point like that. And I'm going to use my fingers, and then I'm going to use my scoring tool as soon as I get them lined up so they're nice and straight there, okay? So what I'm going to do is have a line that goes from the outside to the upper left corner, all right? So and then I'm going to rotate it, and I'm going to do the same thing. Bottom left to upper right corner, and I'm going to kind of put my finger in there a little bit, and that way it stays, and then push down with my finger along the edge, and I get a nice straight crease there. And again, use your bone folder, your nail, whatever you want to do. All right, move it one more 90-degree angle. Now this one has this top part, but that's okay. We're going to ignore that. We're going to go from the corner up to the upper right. Get it so we get a nice straight crease there. And then drag our finger across that edge. And again, sometimes you can turn it over on the other side just to make sure. Now we're going to do one more. Rotate it, bottom left to upper right. Get it lined up. Come down. And sometimes it's hard to see if it's lined up there, but you always want that point in the corner. That's how you know you're getting that straight line. Okay? Whew. So, you know, you can go over those lines. So now this is the top. So now what you're doing is you are going to, you know, they're kind of folded out. Well, you're going to bring them in now. So what you're going to do, just make sure, got a nice line. Oops, there. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're just going to bring in these edges, okay? You're just going to bring them in. And there is an order. So I'm going to bring the left, right, and fold that in. Left, right. Okay, see that? So bring in the left side, the right side, left side, right side. Oops. Left side, right side. And, oops, wait. Sorry. Make sure I get this right. Okay. Okay, left side, right side. Yeah, I'm getting a little pucker right here, so let me just make sure I get that. I'm going to go over that little line right there. Okay, go over that again. Okay, so I bring the left, the right, and then I'm going to bring maybe right, left. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So I don't think it matters. So left side or right side, left side, right side, left side. So let's do it that way, because then I'm seeing the pocket just a little more clearly. Okay. So here you go. So you got all this laying down, right? Our score lines were puckered out. So now we're going to push them toward the front. You're going to bring it in and kind of lay it like that, almost like you're making a box or wrapping a gift. Then you're going to bring this part in. Then you're going to go to the front and you're going to bring the right side in, and the left side's going to fall right in that crease because the front should be completely flat. And then now what you have created is a little, look at that. It's like a little pouch in there. And I'll tell you what it holds. It holds 2 Ghirardelli chocolates, which of course, as I mentioned, we don't have in this house. Nothing against Ghirardelli. I went to the store to look for those. $10 for a bag, for like a thing at Meijer for Christmas ones. I thought that's crazy. I have these little chocolates right here, which is what I'm going to use. So, and it fits 2 of them. So one there and one there. Isn't that just adorable? These are the things you could walk around with these in your purse, and you could give them to friends when you see them, or just, you know, cheer somebody up. They're great if, you know, I don't know what they allow and don't allow in like a nursing home but these are such cute party favors, even at school. Like, you know, you could give these to your kids to pass out. They're made with one piece of 6x6. So you get like 48 of those, right? Or if you have a pack of 12x12, you can fold them. But there you go. Look at that. Isn't that super cute? I just loved it when I saw it. So here we go. We're going to take, I'm keeping this pretty simple. So I saw this on the paper Pixie. It's from like 5 years ago. I just loved it. I love little mini everything. But she used magnets to close it. And I love that idea. But in this case, I'm actually going to put this on here with a dimensional and tuck the lid behind it. So we're going to go back to our blue snowflake because we have that out. And you guys can decorate these and make them look beautiful. You could also do a belly band around them. that would be another adorable way to close this out. But if you want fast, I would say cut out some small circles. And the reason, or punch out small circles, the reason I say, because punches are so quick. They're, I mean, I love dies, right? But if you're doing something that's a little bit faster and mass producing, I love these circles. Okay, so now we're going to do this. We are going to, I'm going to fold that down and get an idea. So I want I want the dimensional to be below, right below where that fold is there. And then I'm just going to peel that off, put my little fancy schmancy little top on there, and look at that. And now they can just tuck that out and they'll see the two little chocolates. Tuck that back in. You can round the corners if you guys would like with this little box, but isn't that cute? It's just adorable. I love it. I love it. So that is project number 2. I'm going to show you the other one I made. I made it with some older, you know, like some older paper I have, which a little tip for you guys. Whenever you're making something new like this, and you're not sure how it's going to come out, you know, get out that old paper or paper you know you're never going to use. It's just outdated, or maybe it's the end of a stack. You know, but anyhow, so this is older, but there you go. Just another example of where that little kind of pouch is there. And there you've got it. Okay, number 2. Now we're going to move on to our third fun project. Okay, I'm going to show it to you first. Oops. So, I'm going to show you what it is. So this is the little box. Isn't it cute? It's like rounded. And so I'm going to say, this is, I think, like origami is how I would view it. I guess that's how I would view this. It's a little more maybe origami-ish than I would, you know, like a 3D project. But it was stinking adorable, and I just loved it. So I thought, I got to show you guys. It'll be our third one that we'll do, and it'll be super cute. So let me show you another one I did, because the gal's like, oh, you can make a lid. And I'm like, look at that. It's like a little box with a lid. Now, the lid, you can see, it's like on, because it's got a couple layers, right? And then I just took paper, as you can see, and I just literally folded it together, glued it together, stacked it together, and that's like my little handle. Honestly, if I were to make these for someone, I would probably get like a big pearl or something, like a little piece of jewel, you know, like a pearl or some other little cosmetic little gem, and I would probably glue that on top, is what I would do. But it was just so cute. And this one you can do with any paper that's the same on both sides. All right, so let's go ahead and go through this. Now, I'm going to go through it, and it's a lot of folding, so I'm going to try to stop and show you the different folds, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to fold it in half both ways. So that's the first thing. So we're going to take it, fold it in half both ways. Now, as we fold it, and I'm just going to make sure our paper is lined up, okay? And then I'm going to use my bone folder to just crease that down, okay? Then we're going to fold it again the opposite way. Okay, so far we've just taken our paper and folded it two different ways, okay? And again, fold it, make sure I get that lined up. All right, so there we go. So now we have 4 squares. Now what we're going to do is we are going to fold it diagonally both ways. So now I'm going to line up those points like we did before. When you get the hang of this, so I watched a video that someone did, and then I wrote down the instructions the best I could write them down. Then I actually did it watching the video, and then I did it myself. So it is very much easy to remember. So I folded it this way. Now I'm going to fold it the other way. So first we folded it in half. Now we are going to fold it diagonally 2 ways. All right. So hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so there we go. So now we have all these, it looks like you would maybe see a star, right? It's like this way. These are all the score lines, all right? So if you think of it, that's kind of where all your paper should bend, okay? All right, now we're gonna turn it back like so. All right, and now what we're going to do is we are going to now fold these inside pieces in like this. All right, so get this right, and then this one also. So of course it doesn't matter. I am not sure I would use directional paper for any of these projects unless you really want to try to figure that whole mental gymnastics things out. Okay, so I'm going to take my bone folder and I'm just going to crease this on all sides, and then I'm going to show you how it should be opening. All right, so what we did, if we take our flat piece of paper here, okay, we got a flat piece of paper, turn it so it's diagonal like this, take two of the corners and push the score line so it's in the middle, and you're just going to have them meet in the middle and bring it down and bring it down. So what it should be is the area facing you should be open like this. All right. Looks like a little mouth. This is also the same fold right now what we have for one of those explosion cards. When you open them up, this is the exact same layout. Right now, also, if you're making a graduation cap, it's the exact same fold out method. All right. So now we're going to get into the fun part, the part that's going to be different. Okay. So here we go. So what we're going to do now is we have that score line right there in the middle. Okay. We have that score line. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our tip here and we are going to bring it up and fold it along this score line. Okay. So we're just going to take it and we're going to do the same thing on this side. So you just take the corner here and you're just going to fold it over so it's straight on top, and then the bottom runs along that score line. So you're making, what is that? An isosceles triangle? It's like a 90-degree triangle. Wow. I've lost my, better be careful what I say there. All right, so now what I'm going to do is the same thing. Take this one, bring it up, so all my math friends can correct me on exactly if that's what it's called or not. I will tell you, I had some very good math teachers in high school. I had a really good math teacher in middle school. I struggled with math all the way through 6th grade, maybe even 7th grade. And in 8th grade, I had a math teacher, and I don't know why. And I was like in probably dumb math, I guess. I don't know. But for whatever reason, it all clicked. And from the time I hit high school, I got straight A's in math and never had to study. It just came so easily. And I really credit that, obviously, to all the great math teachers that I had. They were awesome. Okay, so there we go. So we folded it over like a kite. That's what it should look like. Okay, now I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to take the corner and I am going to bring that right up again. And we're just lining up that score right up along the score line there and making sure this side is flat. All right. So again, shaped like a kite. Same thing on this side. So we're doing it one more time. So we get lots of practice, right? We get to do it 4 times. So let me bring that one up. All right. And a little off on that one. I think I brought it over too far. There we go. All right. I think that's good. I'm a little off on this one, but that's okay. I think we'll be okay. All right. So now I'm just gonna fold down on those lines. Fold down again on these lines. Because your paper can get pretty thick, but see that right there, you guys? It's probably my point was not completely lined up, but this is what you should have. All right. You should have something that looks like a kite. So you have 2 little wings here. I turn it over, 2 little wings here. Okay. All right. So now what we're going to do, okay, so that's on both sides, but now I'm going to pick it up. So if you hold yours like this, if I go here and I open up this side, this is what I have. Okay. If I go to this side, this is what I have. All right. So now what we're going to do is we are going to fold these, oh boy, let me make sure I get this right because I don't want to tell you wrong. Oh, yes. Okay, so you ready? Whew, almost forgot. Okay, so now we're going to take one of these little tabs that we have, just kind of put it so it's up straight there. And you're going to open it up and you're going to put your finger in there, okay? And you're just going to kind of push down on the top and push it right down like that. And so what's going to happen is this score line should line up right with that score line. So again, we'll do it again. So now we put this little flap up. We're going to do this 4 times. We're going to open it up, put our finger in there. That just kind of opens it up. And then we're just going to push down on the top and line up the score lines and push with our finger there. And again, just crease it down. And that's what one side should look like right there. Okay, now let's turn it over and do the same thing, okay? This little flap here, pick it up, put our little finger in there, push it down, line up the score lines, and we get that nice little, and then one more time, bring our tab up, open it up, our finger in there, bring it down, and push down on both sides, right? And there you go. All right, you have one more thing to do. You know what I love about this too? It's like a big surprise at the end. I mean, you've already seen what it looks like, so maybe not much of a surprise, but it's kind of neat how you can make this with paper. Okay, you ready? So here we go. So you have this on one side, this on the other side. Now what's hidden is inside here. You'll see if I go here, I don't have anything. And if I go to this side, I don't have anything. Now the reason I'm pointing that out is because we're going to be adding something there. So this is what we do. We're going to take this whole piece. Okay, so we have half of our area that we just did. You're just going to take the whole thing and you're going to turn it like a book. Okay, this is going to take us to this blank area here. Now you have a score line already here. There's already a score line right there. All you're going to do is bring this in over that score line. That's it. That's all you do. Now I go on this side and I do the exact same thing. I'm going to bring this over into the score line that is already there. That's already existing. Let me just get this lined up. There we go. Look at that. Okay. Now I'm going to go to the other piece. Okay. So that's what I just took one side and folded those in. Now I'm going to go find that other section that looks like this. And I'm going to lay it down, fold it open, and the same exact thing. You have existing score lines. just flip that over, right over top of that score line that's already there. And do it again. Flip this over to the score line that's already there. So now this is what I should have. An ice cream cone. So I have something that looks like this. Okay? You guys see that? All the points come to the middle. Okay? We have one more fold. Now we're going to take this little point and we're going to put it up top here. But see where these two lines come? So all we're doing is we're taking it up to those edges, those bottom edges. All right, so we'll do it again. So we got that point up, so we fold it like a book. And you're gonna bring this up and you're gonna stop right where those lines are. So the bottom will crease right here. So we're gonna bring it up and fold it up, again, lining into the middle of that so that it looks like that. Okay, so I took it from the bottom, took it up to the top so that my crease is right at the bottom there. Okay, now we're gonna do it again. Fold one more time. Actually, I'm just gonna turn it over. And I'm gonna take this and I'm going to fold it up again. And there we go, to the point. And I have one more. Fold it up like a book. Find that point and bring it up to the top. And this is what I have right now. So I have this. See that? So that's what you should have right now. See, if I open up each one of these, there's like a little point inside. Okay? So like that. So here's the fun part. So now what you're going to do is you're going to expand. So turn it. So maybe yours was like this, right? So turn it so that the bottom part you can see inside. And you are just going to take your finger inside and push out all these sides. And while you're pushing out the sides, push a little bit on the bottom, just gently. Pushing out the sides in the corners and then pushing out. And look at that. Is that just, I mean, and it can stay like this. You can just leave it like that. Is that not just the cutest? It is just the cutest box I've ever seen. I just love it. And you guys, you can do this same method, again, on any square piece of paper. 12 by 12, and you just make it bigger. And you can leave it just like this with the little, you know, you can make these. I can take these and, oops, I don't want to pull them too hard, but I can just round them now with my bone folder. And the other thing I like about this is it is so sturdy. I just love it. So you can keep it like this. You can glue these little points down, and that's what this one is, right? So it'll look like this with the little points glued down. And you could put jewelry in there. I don't think, like, it's not like you can fold these over and have it cover or anything like that. You could probably come up with something, but I don't know. I'm not sure really that works like that. But anyhow, it's just so cute. It's so adorable. You guys will have to tell me if you like these. I just think they're super cute. And then this one, of course, I made the little lid. And I just think that's so cute. I think these would be adorable on the table. I think you could make these even out of paper, and you could fill them with different little treats, like decorate a cookie table and make some that are a little larger and fill them with M&Ms or little candies. They fit. Let's get our little candy bucket here and see what we have. They fit. I think these are great for Hershey Kisses, if I do say so myself. But you can fit, you know, little candies. They just stick out, you know. But you could, you know, Skittles, probably, you know, they all stick out. But the little Kisses would not. Anyhow, I need to get some candy, more candy sizes, but there we are. We are all done. So we have these right here that we did. We did this little guy. This one I won't put in there because I didn't decorate it. So we have that. We have this one. And then we have our cute, adorable treat holder here that stands up. So again, I hope you guys liked these projects. Be sure to like, share, subscribe. If you haven't already, please leave a comment if you liked this, these projects. But again, these make awesome stocking stuffers, desk gifts for people at work. Great for these are, you know, put these in your purse at church. I mean, who would not want one of those? I mean, that's just that's just so adorable. So stinking adorable. Same with these little guys, you know. I mean, how cute. You can pass candy out, but if you deliver it in one of these little guys, everybody would love it. These right here too, don't forget, remember, you can do a string. Just poke holes on both sides and just run a piece of ribbon through it and then tie a knot, and it will make like a little basket. I'll tell you what else these are going to be great for. Easter. Perfect Easter gift. This Valentine's Day. Same with this one. So be thinking about that. These projects can be used with all kinds of different little holidays there. All right, you guys, thanks so much for joining. We'll talk to you later. Have a great week. Bye.